Just go.
Okay. Okay. Before I get into reviewing the agenda, I did want to make a point to say thank you to the Waldeboro Fire Department for doing the first control burn on the Blueberry Field.
Oh, they did, great.
Very exciting. There's some great pictures on Facebook. Definitely a big thanks to Max for helping make that happen. Thank you, Max. And then thank you to Public Works. They've been doing some work on the parks. I don't know if you've
Yes.
noticed, filling in some of the dirt. They're doing some work down at the Dutch Neck Marine Park.
They've done an incredible job,
That's
incredible job. I'll have to post some pictures.
Yeah, really,
roll
really,
that
really
shit?
excited.
Where the rest area.
Yeah.
So that was all just with the excavator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just dragging the bucket gently. He's really good.
We were just talking about like what a town can accomplish when groups come together to make it happen. So it's very exciting.
Yeah,
Wish I had that extra.
What a difference a week makes. Huh?
All right, so just for the agenda, kind of a light agenda this month. Just want to go through a trash can update, because I know we had a vote to approve one. We'll talk about the Quarry Hill Blueberry event, Pocket Park signs, and then just do some quick property updates. Anyone want to add anything to the agenda?
Just, I noticed on the minutes that we were supposed to be tracking litter, and I just wanted to make the point that litter has been way, way down. I'm not sure why, but it's like neither the rest area or the landing
You have a tick on,
or Elm Street. Oops.
I didn't get him. I tried to pinch him. But he's down on this chair. Oh, there he is, right there. Go for it.
Pardon me. Whoops.
Sorry, I had to do that.
Okay, well, we can.
Anyway, so yeah, it's been remarkable, actually.
Great.
I should have the paper.
We can go through it more detail down at property updates then. do that. Okay.
Mhm.
Did everyone get a chance to review the April 2022 minutes?
Mhm.
I thought everything looked good. Do you want to make a motion to approve those?
There was one misspelling, Elizabeth without an A in it. There was just one misspelling that I noticed.
Okay.
Typo.
Other than that, I make a motion, we accept the minutes.
I second.
All in favor? No public input this evening. Okay, so the trash can at the Potomac River Rest area, there's also been a request.
There is.
No, I'm just giving you an update on it because we did a vote last meeting.
We're talking about it.
Oh, yeah. it's
And
not
there's been a
there
request for one at Quarry Hill. That was by the police department. Is that right?
yet. Oh, cool.
So Public Works has just relayed that they'd like us to go to the select board and get approval for them before they'll move anything forward. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an issue having them in the past.
Okay.
People kind of use them, so.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Yeah. What was the status of the trash can at the rest area?
There is none still.
I thought you said there was a trash can somewhere.
No,
No,
No.
we had voted at the last meeting to get a trash can, and then I think there's been some discussion about the best approach to that.
but we talked about a trash can that had a minimal opening to kind of keep people from putting bags of trash in it and have them at least be able to fit Dunkin' cups.
Right.
Oh, kind of like the
So
I
a
think,
the
Lim-
bottle thing.
limited
Yeah,
opening.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Just
think
a-
we just need to just talk to the select board about it too, because who's gonna empty it, who's gonna keep it refreshed? I think, did the police department say that they'd be willing to come with the Quarry Hill one? Was that?
I believe so.
Um,
We'd have to check with them.
yeah, so we'll check with them.
Whatever lid goes on that, if it with the small opening,
Mhm.
should probably be really screwed down because somebody took apart that little smoking thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
So,
that's gone now,
yeah,
completely gone. Is the bucket still there?
no,
no.
No, that's
it's
gone
not
too.
too.
Okay. But yeah, we should at least
it's probably in the river somewhere.
try it on a trial basis,
Mhm.
you know, and if it does become an issue, then.
Right. But to move that forward, we have to talk with the police department, public works, and select board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just an update that it's still in work, it's in progress, and hopefully in the next couple months here, we'll see some trash cans in place.
So Leslie, are you willing to bring it to the select board?
Yeah, I'll bring it to the select board once we have,
So Max, can we get that entered on the next agenda? Or whatever,
The next agenda would be next Tuesday. Do you think you'd have something ready by then?
no.
the one after that?
So it'd be the 28th. We can
Yeah.
have that by
Yeah, I'll handle it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the Quarry Hill Blueberry event, similar to last year, where we'll just have the self-serve blueberry boxes and encourage people to go up. Last year, we only bought 40 boxes,
Mhm.
and they were gone like instantly. So I was thinking if we triple that to 120 boxes, it'll be about $60. I looked at the pricing yesterday. So just wanted to get everyone's thoughts on it and approval to spend the money.
Sounds good.
I make a motion that we approve
All right, second.
the boxes for the blueberries.
Okay.
4-0 vote.
Pocket Park signs, this was just, we tabled it last meeting, so we didn't have enough time, so I wanted to make sure we had it on the agenda. And discussing, like, just how everyone's feeling about where we're at, are we moving forward with purchasing signs? What's gonna be the cost, what's the style we've decided on? Is this something we wanna move forward with right now?
Well, the primary suggestion was similar to what's at Dutch Neck in the town forest, and I'm behind that 100%.
Yeah, I think we hadn't really, we hadn't got the information for pricing. We hadn't decided, we hadn't finalized the design and the size. Because again, maybe it could be on the style of the other signs, but a smaller version of that. And I don't think it's very urgent. I'd be willing to table it till the fall or something. Or
And it depends on who wants to take it over. I'm gonna be open to say I don't have the bandwidth to take on another project, so if somebody wants to do this one, they wanna make it happen. So if you want to table till fall, we can do that.
I'll look into cost. in the meantime and see.
So Will's gonna look into cost, and in the meantime, we'll table moving forward until the fall. That's something. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Okay. Property updates. Rachel's not here, so we don't have a George Gold one. I have not walked it recently, but I'm sure she's keeping it in great shape. It looks, the few times I've been, it looks really great, so. That's good. The Dutch Neck Marine Park thing.
It's looking fantastic. I'm really impressed with the stones that were brought in, the wood chips that were brought in, the clearing, and you can see where the trail is, the trailhead is perfectly. I'm really impressed. I haven't done any work on the trail at all this season. It really needs to be more cleared, raked, again, get marked better, stuff like that. But I don't really have the stamina. I've been volunteering for almost 20 years, and it's time for somebody else to stand up to the plate. But I may get to the trail work this year, but I'm not certain about it. But as far as the park, the marine park is fantastic, except for the little stickers that are put on the no pets allowed sign,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which are, at least you can still read it.
I think it would be nice too. Will and I were kind of talking about so we walked it late last fall, right, when we did the cleanup, and we were talking about where it goes over that kind of King Tide area, right? Like, maybe it would be nice to try to put a little footbridge in or just something, because it was really, what'd you say? It was pretty wet when you were there with the.
Yeah, but it'd be easy to route around it, just
Okay.
on the upper bank there.
Yeah.
Won't go down into the mud, so.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, right. That's on the other side.
Yeah, on the left
Wa-
side as you drive in, yeah.
Right.
It's a pretty area. I just
It
worry about
is.
like the liability issue of someone to get hurt.
It's just messy, like I went there, we walked it about a month ago, and I went right up over my ankle in the mud on that part, so it's getting soft, so we should probably just go up on the high ground, and
Yeah,
it's about
yeah.
pretty minor.
That won't even require respray painting either, right? I don't think. You could just add like another one. that would look
Yeah,
nice,
just
but-
one marker, just
Yeah,
I think we do
to
it.
steer them up the hill. So,
Yeah, yeah,
mhm. Sounds good.
great. Will, you want to talk about Quarry Hill and Elm Street Park?
Yes, Corey Hill. Hasn't been too bad with litter. Somebody did have a little fire up there, but so typical stuff this time of year.
Yeah.
But I guess they had a great youth fishing day up there a couple weeks ago. Elm Street, a little bit of garbage, a lot of returnables. But it looks real nice there.
Yeah, that fruit, the apple tree looked so good.
Mhm.
It was blossoming.
The Forsythia.
And the forsythia.
like they're doing
wall,
well.
Yeah, that looks nice.
And I saw somebody mowing that, actually.
That was me.
That was you?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it was getting a little long.
Yeah.
And that's when I figured out that there was still landscape fabric behind where the forsythia are, because my mower was going, what are you doing? So at some point, I'll get in there, try to pull that up and cut it, but I'm not sure exactly where the property line is.
Mm,
The forsythia are where they are, kind of erring on the side of caution. But there are stakes the other side of where the landscape cloth ends behind the forsythia. There are stakes probably 10 feet behind it. That may be the property line. I don't know.
yeah. Find out exactly where it is. So.
Yeah, Max, can you?
What?
The property line,
I actually,
Yeah, I already made a note. I'll look into the property line for that.
okay, great, thank you.
And then the fire department had their controlled burn up there, which they had one of the state forest rangers up there with them, right? Practicing
Yep,
fire burns.
yep. And they're going, the plan is they did 2 acres this year. Depending on what activity we might do up at Quarry Hill, they'll try and do a lot more up to the that stone wall that's on the other side, a bit more south, if I'm making sense. And then it would be that plus the back corner that wasn't done. And then there's that huge area that's to the south of Quarry Hill. Is that an area that needs to be burned? Or is that not blueberry fields?
I don't think it's blueberry fields.
All right. I think I sent the map to everyone that showed what the plant was.
Yeah.
And I can recirculate that for anyone interested.
To watch up there with the map and like really visualize
Mhm.
the space.
Yeah.
It's too bad if we could get a little more parking, like say a field. We would have ample space to
Oh, I
do a
agree.
nice event.
I agree. I might, I think I had to talk to Midcoast Conservancy about that again because they hold an easement for that property.
Mhm. If you bring it up again, maybe we have a different cast of characters involved this time.
It might be.
The rest area and Pine Street Landing, Steve?
As I said before, rest area, very little trash over the last month or so that I've, been active gardening, and stuff up there. There was minor damage to the flower bed from the washout from the flood in April, early April, but it was mostly because of the way we do beds, we do basically a trench around the perimeter, which is mainly for whoever's mowing it, so that they can mow get the blades of the mower right over the edge of the grass without actually hitting anything in the bed. And that apparently helped because when the water came across the road, it hit that little ditch and went around for the most part. So we only had a little bit of, some of the mulch and the topsoil got washed further down the bed. And I had to dig a few plants out, just brush soil. That was about it. What we talked about the last time about getting rid of the scrub brush next to the fishing thing, and that was partly to open that area up to see if it would be useful for the kayak launch. I finally got into that this week, and I heard, 2 pickup truckloads out of there. It's, what I did was somewhat visible after all that, but there's still quite a ways to go, and I might get back there next week, but hopefully by the end of June, I'll have most of that gone. People can go take a look and see what, what more needs to be done, or if that's gonna be an acceptable spot. Public landing, all of the gaps between the boulders along the edge of the parking lot are now newspapered and wood chipped. Thanks to Public Works for some really, really high quality wood chips from Hunt. That had to cost some money.
It did.
Yeah, was it about 35 a yard over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you ever contacted the store? Because I've been getting, they're probably more expensive now, but I've been getting chips directly from their mill down on Old Route 1 for 15 a yard.
Hmm.
Now, they're not pretty, they're not the play chips that you get at Hunt, but they're just as effective. And for the price difference. Now, at the landing, that made sense, the pretty chips.
Yes.
Because, and there's enough of those. I started in on weeding around the whiskey barrels at the Pine Street Memorial, but that's going to be another project. But those chips will look great up there.
Yes.
But for things like, I'd like to make a wood chip buffer around the berm with the forsythias at Elm Street, for instance, and that wouldn't be for attractiveness, it would just be for weed control.
Yeah. Well, we have plenty of regular rough cut chips.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we chip all our own stuff when we do
Okay.
roadside cutting, so we got them out.
All right. Well.
And you brought him out into Dutch Neck Marine Park. That was a
Yeah,
lot.
that was a lot.
I'll be using some of those then. So, and all the flower pots have been in place for 3-4 weeks now.
Yeah, they look nice.
And,
Really nice.
oh, and underneath them, there's finally some platforms. They're not quite level yet. There's one up in, of the 3 up in front that's tilted a little bit towards the driveway, but they're still looking a lot more uniform than they were before.
You know what? I used to be an event planner and like say to my couples, if the candle's out of place or something's not quite right when you walk into the room, the only person that notices is you. And I was thinking that because we were at the cleanup, right? When you were doing them and you're like, it's not quite level. I'm looking over like, they look great, Steve. They really look great.
Wow. Thank you.
How's that that spray that we used on the riprap work?
Everything, all the broadleaf weeds are brown and very, very, very unhappy. I wouldn't say they're dead. But the quackgrass is like,
Yeah,
yeah,
stuff's resilient.
yeah, resilient. That's the nicest word I would use for that.
I had a question for Max about the Madomic River Rest Area, about the boat launch, the kayak launch. What's the status on that?
So I was actually just telling Will about this 4 hours ago, maybe. I've talked with the Easy Dock people. They should hopefully have their shipment in within the next 2 weeks.
Cool.
And then we've submitted our $2,000 request. That's being paid out right now. So we should hopefully have something maybe by the end of the month.
Okay.
So I better get on that clearing.
I was going to say, and they decided where to put it, is what we had talked about, right?
Yeah, it hasn't been decided yet where to put it.
Okay, it hasn't.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, John
Yeah, they
chose
probably,
the spot and he's put riprap down
Yeah,
on the bank.
he's kind of preparing it right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
where is it then?
right, where we just reseeded that
Yeah,
parking
yeah.
spot, like right in front of that.
Oh, okay, that was,
So we're gonna
that
have
was
to, like-
the other option that I thought.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something with the fence and, so you have to make an opening, but
Yeah.
That seemed like the best spot really
Okay.
for access.
And the dock's gonna be taken out like seasonally, obviously, so it's not in the river, so,
Right.
if we need to move the spot, if there is a better spot and Public Works doesn't mind it, I'm not gonna speak for you right now, then that can be discussed later in the future. And then
Yes,
when it's put in the river, we gotta put in the deterrents so that people don't do something stupid, like go onto the fish ladder.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna be clearing that brush
Yep.
because it's such a
Cool.
trash trap.
it is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah,
that
excellent.
Sounds great.
Mm.
There's not a whole lot to update on the town forest right now. You know, we've gotten our treatment, which is exciting, and then I guess, I need to go out and do measurements of bridges for Public Works. As John said, you know, there's plenty of rainy days, and when they have rainy days, they'll work on getting them done, so. um, That's good there, and traffic's been good. People have been utilizing it, and I was just talking to Max before the meeting that, you know, I'm starting to think about next treatment, you know, spring 2023, and where that money's coming from, and where we can find some grant money for it. We've got $80 in our Clink account.
Oh, yeah, I need more bags in the,
There's 2 full bags actually in the
Okay.
back
Good.
office here, and you can ask Tanya for another bag if you want.
I don't have any more bags, so we have to vote to let me spend some money, and I can get some more bags. Yeah, they've been great down here in the office, and then Tanya got EMS and them doing their bottles. Justin said he's been dropping them off, so it's been really great. We're getting bottles everywhere.
I make a motion that we go for more Clink bags.
Okay,
Second.
second. All right, all in favor? Great. I'll go get some more of those, and I'll just send an email out where we can, bring them, meet here.
Mhm. I had extra barcodes, more so than bags.
Okay.
And I cleaned up my garage and I put them somewhere safe and I haven't found.
Oh, no. Yeah,
There, someday I'll come across them.
yeah, we can get some more. of those,
Sounds like my
definitely.
garage.
I have 4 or 5 bags sitting in my garage. I gotta take. So all in all, good there. Coastal Rivers is, I don't know if it's come out yet or not. It got delayed a couple weeks. They're gonna do a press release about their HWA work, and they have reached out for some pictures from the Waldeboro Town Forest and said that they were gonna make a mention of the collaboration they did with us. I haven't seen it, so keep an eye. It'll be exciting to read about.
And Mid-Coast Conservancy had a class on how to recognize woolly diligent
Yeah,
too.
I
So
saw that. I was gonna go, but it was on my birthday, and I thought I've been out and looking at it enough lately.
hopefully they train more
But there's
people.
a lot of awareness happening. I know over in Camden, they were talking about it.
Good.
So it seems like, it's good and bad news. It means it's here, it's prevalent enough that everyone's talking about it, but it's good that we're making people aware.
Mhm.
I was over in Bath at their forest, and I saw it in their hemlocks, which is unfortunate, but anyway,
Are
it's
they
good.
aware? Do they know?
I don't know. I better reach out to them. and see if I know. I should have. I wanted to take a picture, but I was on my bike, so I thought, oh, I should reach out. I'm gonna make a note right now. Thank you. And then what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm really excited that we're kind of ahead of the game on it, though, and certainly if anyone wanted, if you knew anybody that wanted to talk to us or had questions, we can tell them what we've been doing for treatment and what's working. So,
Sounds good.
June 11th, just before we wrap up, June 11th is the last shellfish
Oh,
cleanup.
right.
They're focusing on shoreline as opposed to townwide. Do you know, Will, if a select board member volunteered for the table yet or not?
Haven't heard it.
So Justin was, last I spoke with him, he was like, the most helpful thing would be for somebody to volunteer at the table so he can make the rounds around town and check in with everybody.
I was actually kind of volunteer for that, but an email exchange this week, or actually over the weekend, we may have people coming up on Friday night.
Okay.
Visitors, so I haven't heard back.
Yeah.
Yet, so I'm leery of making a commitment and then having to back out at the last minute.
Well, if anyone has a burning desire, let me know, and if not, I'll do it.
I have family coming for the whole week. Also, I just want to mention June 12th in the Waldeboro Village River Park is going to be a rewilding event by the Mid-Coast Conservancy. And I forget whether it's 3 to 5 or 1 to 3. I forget what time of day it is, because I'm going to end up with a family reunion that day, so I won't be able to be there. But it's going to be right in the Waldeboro Village River Park. They're going to talk about erosion control. They're going to talk about letting meadows grow up and the benefit. They're going to talk about some of the invasive plants that are there and what can be done and things like that. So if anyone had the interest to be, it's right in town, Waldeboro Village River Park. If you look at their website, it'll have all the details. They changed the time on me, so now I don't recall the timing for it. But there's going to be a number of different specialists there. They even have a lady that works at the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens that works with invasives, or is very familiar with invasives and things and non-native plants. And she'll be doing a little talk too. So
That's
it'll be
really cool.
interesting.
That's great.
Mhm.
That's such a beautiful park with great space to do that too.
I'm not familiar with a lot of invasives, but the ones I'm familiar with, I'm really, really familiar with.
And you find them easily, too easily.
And then lastly, before we close, I just want to make a mention as my email. I thought a lot about it, and my terms up in November, I'm going to be done. So my focus is to really help as much as I can, make sure things are on track. Hopefully gets, especially with the town forest and the money needed there. But if we need a meeting between now and September, certainly reach out. But I'm hoping just to I think it's been working out for everybody. Has everyone been happy so far with the?
I've not been doing much.
It's just
That makes me
nicer to be
happy.
able to, like,
I'm
get
done
out.
with the volunteer stuff. I'm finished, I'm done.
Yeah.
So this group may be a commission of 2 by this fall. So you might want to see if, or Rachel, I guess we could count 3. You might want to see about getting other people to join.
I've definitely done some outreach, but it's hard to get volunteers. So.
Yeah.
I know, I understand. That's why over 20 years I've been showing up.
Is there anything else before we adjourn?
I think that covers it all. And the work that the town public works is doing, it's just phenomenal work. I'm so proud of them and proud of our town.
Yeah.
We're starting
Yeah.
to see things really look nice around here.
Yeah.
It is.
People stop and take pictures because it's looking so good.
Yeah.
I tell Will all the time, I feel like they're a big part of the Conservation Commission because they do so much of the work.
Mhm.
We can talk about it and vote on it, and then they go out and do some amazing stuff.
Mhm.
So
But that's kind of how it was hand in hand, is that they held the budget. We have no department head to go show up at budget meetings and things of that sort. So it was the town public works department that was really encompassing what little funds we needed to do any kind of project. And obviously they showed up with the picnic tables and the gravel and the wood chips and the machinery.
it's awesome. And well, just I'm thinking of,
And then
like,
Steve
thinking
does all the plants.
thinking of the Conservation Commission too, like when they got the extra picnic tables, and John saved like a little shed, right? A
Yep.
little wooden shed, because he's like, what would the Conservation Commission like this or something? We talked about maybe making it something that's mobile that could go to different events, or making it a kiosk at one of the spots, but nothing yet. But it's just nice. It's just the collaboration is really wonderful. What's
Mhm.
happening in town. Appreciate
It's
it.
good to know people with big machines.
All right.
It
Well,
is.
we have a motion to adjourn.
I motion we adjourn.
I second.
When was the next date? When was the
Oh,
date?
next one is September 6th, 5:30. All in favor to adjourn?
I think we are all in favor.
All right.